As the DC Universe underwent its unending transformation, shifting from a multiverse to an omniverse, a comic spectacle unfolded known as Dark Knight's Metal. Batman and the Justice League stumbled upon a vast conspiracy entwined with the Dark Multiverse. This murky realm of despair existed parallel to the familiar DC metaverse. The tale commenced with Batman's discovery of a mysterious 10th metal possessing the ability to reshape reality. This newfound power attracted the attention of a malevolent group of evil Batmen known as the Dark Knights, and the Bat-God Barbatos, whose twisted agenda was to plunge the entire DC multiverse into eternal darkness. But all these Dark Knights were brought together for Barbatos by the most maniacal Batman of all. A pawn to Barbatos, the nightmare of Batman himself turned into reality. He was the Alpha, the Omega, the multiversal predator orchestrating chaos across dimensions. The Batman who laughs. But before we dive into the whole metal saga and witness our Batman from the main Earth locking horns with the Batman who laughs, let's take a step back to understand this enigmatic character. Perhaps by unraveling his story a bit and peeling back the layers of darkness, us regular folks can attempt to grasp the motives and driving force behind this multiversal mayhem. But before we begin, we have a small request. If you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. It's a small click for you, but it means a lot to us. Thank you. Who is the Batman who laughs, and how did he come to be? On Earth 22, Batman was finally captured by the Joker. All the villains from his rogues gallery killed brutally, Commissioner Gordon was killed by his face being melted off by his pipe, and the entire city of Gotham decimated using explosives and infecting them with Joker virus. He even infected Batman's body with the poison. This was Joker's last signature, his joke too far. He arranged innocent families to pose as the Wayne, while he killed them one by one. But it was really too far. Batman broke through the ropes and screamed at Joker to stop while beating him. Ultimately, he broke Joker's neck. But with his dying breath, Joker infected him with a rare variant of the Joker nanotoxin. While investigating the children infected by Joker, Batman shared with Superman the heavy revelation that the Joker was already dying. The chemicals that made him Joker were eating him from inside. It was Joker's ultimate gambit, an amalgamation of his dying pain, the torment of his own madness, and Batman's deep-seated childhood trauma and relentless determination to forge something entirely new and unprecedented. Batman believed he was immune to the toxin's effects, but the telltale signs of its impact had already started to manifest. Deaths of the families. 3 days later, in the heart of the Batcave, Bruce decided to raise the stakes during a sparring session. Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and Red Robin found themselves grappling with increased difficulty. When questioned about the carnage, Bruce revealed that the Joker nanotoxin was at work, rewriting his moral code and gradually morphing him into the Joker himself. Concern etched Bruce's face as he shared this troubling information, while the Bat family reassured him of their preparedness to handle such a dire scenario. They brainstormed ways to contain Bruce if he succumbed to becoming a psychopathic killer. However, Bruce took everyone by surprise. Instead of succumbing to the anticipated transformation, he dropped a bombshell. He had foreseen the revelation of his secret. In a sudden, shocking twist, he sported a Joker grin, brandished automatic guns, and ruthlessly gunned down his entire family. A week later, Batman had already killed the entire Justice League in the jail watchtower, with their mutilated corpses hanging from the walls. For this task, he used the weapons in the Justice League trophy room at his disposal. Superman, Lois, and John witnessed in dread as everyone lay dead at their feet. Superman and John were internally bleeding due to the kryptonite-laced air in the watchtower, courtesy of Batman. Batman laughed and told Superman that there was no rationale behind his deed. He simply felt like using the weapons. He introduced Dark Damian, his son, whom he had transformed into a mini-Joker, and with him, the infected children, whom he dubbed as his Rabid Robins. The mad bastard threw a piece of synthesized black kryptonite at Superman and John, which turned them insane. Superman and John ripped Lois into pieces and succumbed to the deadly effects of the kryptonite. The Super Family was no more. The Call of the Bat God. Batman methodically eliminated all threats and challenges, dismantling even the immortal men. With his mission accomplished, he took his seat on a throne stained with the blood of his conquests as his dark domain crumbled, falling into the abyss of nothingness. He believed that there was no lower depth to reach, but little did he know. Enter Barbatos, the Almighty, the Bat God of the Dark. Barbatos unraveled the chaos of the dark multiverse and its dying realms before Batman, and Batman's eyes sparkled with insane intrigue. Barbatos revealed Earth Zero, the very world our Batman called home, and the madman rubbed his eyes in glee. With a sense of malevolent delight, he embraced his role as the chief architect of Barbatos' plans, guiding the Dark Knights towards Earth Zero. Barbatos had called him his Bat King, but Batman had no interest in that. In a card deck, the king was potent, but was not infallible. Also, the Joker card held no value in itself. However, when they were used together, their power was infinite. They could counter any threat faced. So, the Batman simply designated himself as the one who laughed. For in his twisted mind, the Batman who laughs is a Batman who always wins. His way is the highway. Driven by a newfound determination to annihilate Earth Zero, the Batman who laughs ventured into the dark multiverse. His mission? To gather the most distorted versions of Batman across different realms and enlist them in the conquest of the main multiverse. Navigating through each knight's world just moments before their erasure from existence, he appealed to their yearning not just for survival, but to extend their particular interpretations of truth and justice to realms beyond their own. Every Batman eagerly seized the chance, eagerly anticipating the moment to journey to Earth Zero. The murderous clique comprised of the Murder Machine, the Red Death, the Drowned, the Dawnbreaker, the Merciless, and the Devastator. Enter the Multiversal Maniac. On Earth Zero, our Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman made their way into the tomb of Hathset, mistaking it for the tomb of Khufu. But they were set up by the Court of Owls, who had found their calling and were about to unleash Barbatos on this Earth. By dousing Batman in the final metal, Batmanium, they transformed him into a portal, and through that portal, the Batman who laughs, his Dark Knights, and Barbatos set foot for the first time on Earth Zero. The first thing that the Batman who laughs did was to sick his rabid robins at the members of the Court of Owls and eliminate them, while the heroes lied at his feet, screaming in pain. Later, confronting Cyborg aboard the Justice League Watchtower, the Batman who laughs divulged that they had been summoned to this universe due to a profound calling. Despite their nightmarish nature, he asserted that they were indispensable in saving the world. Smiling faces, twisted places. Once he sabotaged the Justice League Watchtower, the Batman who laughs assigned different cities to his Dark Knights to rule. Further, to advance his nefarious scheme, he caused a mass breakout at Arkham. He presented 6 magical metal cards to 6 villains: Riddler, Bane, Firefly, Poison Ivy, Mad Hatter, and Mr. Freeze. Those magical cards enabled them to shape the reality around Gotham as they pleased, in their own twisted image. While Gotham burned around him, the Batman who laughs sat atop his throne over the Challenger's Mountain in the heart of Gotham and laughed his heart out. Damian and the Teen Titans faced off against the Riddler's death traps alongside Harley, Green Arrow, and Croc, while Nightwing faced off against the monsters of Mr. Freeze. Suicide Squad joined the fray. In the final battle, Green Arrow and Damian managed to kill Dark Damian with an arrow made out of the Nth metal. But even that unnerving death couldn't dissuade the Batman who laughs. Test your mettle. In a desperate bid to thwart Batman who laughs and its Dark Knights, Batman and the Justice League embarked on a perilous journey across the multiverse. Their mission? To gather potent artifacts and allies, including alternate versions of themselves, in a race against time to thwart the Dark God's malevolent plan. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs took sadistic pleasure in observing his Dark Knights tormenting the Justice League worldwide. His satisfaction, however, was abruptly cut short when Cyborg intervened, rescuing the League members from their tormentors. Unveiling a sinister plot, the Batman Who Laughs disclosed that he had captured the Overmonitor. His diabolical scheme involved linking the Overmonitor with the Anti-Monitor's astral brain, intending to obliterate all of reality, both the dark multiverse and the multiverse, leaving only darkness in its wake. The Justice League, along with allies from across the multiverse, disrupted his plans. Recognizing that his evil counterpart could only predict moves typical of Bruce Wayne, the Batman of Earth-Zero made an unprecedented move. He teamed up with the Joker to save the day. In the climactic showdown, Batman outsmarted his malevolent counterpart, rescuing the Overmonitor as the cave collapsed on the Batman Who Laughs and the Joker. The Overmonitor revealed that all living beings contained traces of the 10th metal, powered by pure thought. The Justice League members donned armors crafted from the 10th metal, linking them to every living being on Earth. United by the collective power of thought, Earth-Zero was rescued from its plunge into the dark multiverse, and the crisis was averted. The Batman Who Laughs never dies. Having narrowly escaped the cave collapse, the Batman Who Laughs pressed on with his sinister mission for world destruction. He forged an alliance with the House of Conquest, aligning himself with the Council of Immortals. Collaborating with the House of Conquest, he actively worked towards inciting a global war. While the Conquest's motivations lay in the belief that humanity had grown feeble without a prolonged and devastating conflict, the Batman Who Laughs just wanted to kill the Immortals as their existence facilitated life on this Earth. It was later revealed that the Batman Who Laughs was in the custody of Lex Luthor in the headquarters of the Legion of Doom in Earth-Zero. When Lex asked for his assistance, he nonchalantly displayed the dark metal that he could have used any time to break out of Luthor's prison. He calmly asserted that being in Luthor's custody was exactly where he intended to be. In a trade for his freedom, he divulged the cosmic secret involving Perpetua and Totality to Luthor, dropping hints about the significant role that awaited Luthor in the impending future. This time, it's personal. The Batman Who Laughs escaped Luthor's prison and made his way back into Gotham, fixated on his unfinished business from the last battle. He killed an aged Bruce Wayne from a different universe and left his body to be found by our Batman on Earth-Zero. While investigating, both Batman and Alfred were baffled. A blood tissue was retrieved from the alternate Bruce Wayne, which made no sense. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs recruited a cold-blooded, murderous Batman from an alternate universe named the Grim Knight and used him to eliminate everyone at Arkham. They hurt Freeze badly and seemingly killed Joker. The assault left Freeze severely injured and seemingly claimed the life of the Joker. However, it later resurfaced that the Joker at Arkham was a decoy and the real Joker was nowhere to be found. Digging into the decoy Joker's identity at the Batcave, Batman uncovered that the aliases used for the decoy were all synonymous with being happy. This revelation led him to ponder why Joker would be so content and where their inevitable meeting place would be. The answer struck him: the Batcave. In the early days, Joker had infiltrated the Batcave through the waterway security systems. As Alfred disabled the security, Joker rose from the waters. Batman offered him safe sanctuary, but Joker pulled a gun on him. With water trickling down his smiling face, Joker said that he himself was not enough to defeat the Batman Who Laughs, and pulled the trigger. It was a trick gun that shot a bullet at his heart. As Batman rushed to save him, the Joker toxin was released, and it infected Batman. Joker seemingly lay dead in his arms, while Batman's laughter echoed through the caverns. Schemes of a maniac. Alfred and Bruce managed to stabilize the Joker, while Batman inoculated himself with all antitoxin to hold off his metamorphosis for 1 week. But the Batman Who Laughs had struck again. Another Tuesday in Gotham, and another alternate version of Bruce Wayne was thrown from a building and killed. Disguised as Bullock, Batman met Gordon at the crime scene. He discovered that the dead Bruce Wayne was aged and the mayor of this version of Gotham City. He had a happy life, too, and also had a tissue sample removed. Batman finally understood. The Batman Who Laughs had been taking tissue samples from the hearts of alternate Bruce Waynes from the dark multiverse, pulsing with dark matter energy. Cardiac blood was the most resilient, and the Batman Who Laughs wanted to combine all that blood to create a toxin which would transform everyone into nightmare predator versions of themselves. Batman assured Jim that he had a plan in place to save Gotham with proper vaccinations and stop the spread of the virus from the Wayne Tower. He called the plan Last Laugh, but the Batman Who Laughs was already a step ahead. He infiltrated Wayne Towers and killed all the guards. When Batman tried to intervene, he was shot by the Grim Knight. Then the Batman Who Laughs disabled all the protocols to save Gotham City from the toxin and set the tower for a controlled implosion. He ridiculed the wounded Batman by calling him a bad joke, mocking him for Thomas Wayne's hands on his chest, which could do nothing to stop the bullet on the night of the Wayne murders. And he called himself the Gun. The Batman Who Laughs escaped as the entire building imploded. Batman also made it out and went straight to the Batcave, screaming at Joker, demanding to know the plan of Batman Who Laughs. Joker pointed him to Gordon, who had gone to seek help from his son, James Gordon Jr. Stare into the abyss. Batman and Gordon demanded to know how the Batman Who Laughs might infect the water pipelines of Gotham City with his toxin. But before they could work something out, the Grim Knight kidnapped Commissioner Gordon. The Batman Who Laughs had decimated the Last Laugh, but not fully. Batman had managed to salvage it, and the only other person who could activate it was Commissioner Gordon. The Batman Who Laughs furthered his nefarious scheme by attacking the Iceberg Lounge, killing Penguin's henchmen. He teleported another alternate version of Bruce Wayne into the lounge and killed him brutally. He electrocuted Penguin, but left him alive and told him to look into one of his men named Matches Malone, an alias for Batman. On the other hand, a frustrated Batman pestered James Gordon Jr. to deduce the plan of Batman Who Laughs and find the route through which he would infect the city. Right then, Alfred called to inform Batman that Joker had escaped. Hopeless and on the verge of breaking, Batman returned to the Batcave and broke all the antitoxins. His depression fueled his descent into madness as he relinquished his cowl and put on the visor of the Batman Who Laughs, thus transforming into his antagonist on Earth Zero. The Abyss stares back. Batman donned the dark metal visor, allowing him to perceive the world through the twisted lens of the Batman Who Laughs. The experience was far from pleasant, revealing the dark desires and violence lurking within every living being around him. Following the trail of the electric grid, Batman deduced that the next portal the Batman Who Laughs intended to open was located in Blackgate Prison. With the assistance of Commanding Officer Harper, Batman infiltrated Blackgate and stumbled upon another version of an older Bruce Wayne, transported there from an alternate reality. Meanwhile, the Grim Knight unleashed his rabid robins on Commissioner Gordon and started hunting him. While Batman tried to appeal to the guards that he was not the Batman Who Laughs, Officer Harper locked him off and killed the older Bruce Wayne. Officer Harper lifted his helmet to reveal his true face, the face of Batman Who Laughs. He ordered the other guards to shoot Batman, and a barrage of bullets ensued. Mad City. Batman was able to make the guards stop firing at him by acting as the Batman Who Laughs and threatening them with their families. He finally escaped. On the other hand, James Gordon Jr. saved Commissioner Gordon from the rabid robins. On the other hand, the Batman Who Laughs was unstoppable. He infiltrated the lair of the Court of Owls, blocked all their maze routes so they could not escape, and butchered all of them brutally one by one. He teleported another alternate Bruce Wayne there, one who was a leader of Talons, and started fighting him. Meanwhile, Batman started from the beginning, trying to deduce the sadistic plan of Batman Who Laughs by wearing his advisor. He reconvened with Commissioner Gordon and Gordon Jr. at the Batcave and was going to activate Last Laugh to protect Gotham City. But something was suspicious, as it seemed to be very easy, as if Batman Who Laughs wanted it. Just then, the Batman Who Laughs projected a hologram of himself and started persuading Batman to activate the Last Laugh, which was always his plan. He revealed that he had already sabotaged the entire maze of the owls, and he knew how to infect the waterways. The toxin level in Batman's blood was almost saturated. He pushed Commissioner Gordon aside, and despite Alfred pleading him not to, Batman activated the Last Laugh. The happiest Batman of all. With the Last Laugh engaged, Batman assured Commissioner Gordon and his son James Jr. that they still had an hour of control over the power grid. Bruce, with a blood toxicity similar to that of the Batman Who Laughs, tapped into the opportunity to understand his foe's mindset. The climactic moment unfolded near Wayne Manor, as the Batman Who Laughs confronted Batman for their ultimate showdown. Meanwhile, Commissioner Gordon and his son donned the Batman Beyond armors, bravely battling the Grim Knight. The Batman Who Laughs ridiculed Batman, claiming he was the saddest because he could never reach his peak ideals. In a surprising move to prove him wrong, Batman brought a young Bruce Wayne from another dimension, a version of himself from the happiest moment in his life. However, the Batman Who Laughs countered, asserting that true happiness came from letting go of ideals, pointing to our Bruce, the Bruce Wayne of Earth Zero, as the embodiment of such happiness. With this revelation, the villain injected his Wayne serum directly into Batman's heart. War of the Smiles. The Batman Who Laughs had collected the tissue sample from our Batman. He only had to wait till the light of the syringe turned red, which would signify the complete transformation of Batman from Earth Zero into Batman Who Laughs. He kept Batman at gunpoint, waiting to kill him, just as he turned. But his attention was deviated by the young alternate version of Bruce, and he pursued him to kill him. Meanwhile, the Grim Knight infected the waterways with the serum and lured James Jr. to his side. He held Gordon under the water to suffocate him, but James Jr. stabbed the Grim Knight and saved Gordon at the last moment. He also deactivated the Last Laugh and stopped it from infecting Gotham. Due to sheer resilience, our Batman did not change into his evil counterpart. The Batman Who Laughs had his jaw broken, and he was subdued by Batman with the help of Alfred. He would have been killed if the Joker hadn't arrived in time to stop our Batman. Later, Batman was revived with the blood of the young Bruce, and the Batman Who Laughs was locked up in the dungeons of the Hall of Justice. But behind everyone's watchful eyes, nobody even had the hint that Commissioner Gordon was already infected with the serum. The Secret Six Who Laugh. He may have been imprisoned in the most secure prison of the multiverse, but that was hardly a challenge for the Batman Who Laughs. He had an ace up his sleeve, 6 batarangs made up of nth metal, laced with the version of Joker toxin that was used to turn him in the first place. He intended to use them on heroes to turn them into laughing versions of themselves. When Batman and Superman found his Batcave, they were completely baffled to find out that the batarangs had already been used. They had no idea about who could be infected and who could further the infection. Just then, one of the Batman Who Laughs rabid robins attacked. It turned out that the Batman Who Laughs had transformed Billy Batson into Rabid Robin, who could turn into the Shazam Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs also gave a batarang to Billy to use it on Superman. Batman and Superman tried to dupe the Batman Who Laughs by sending an infected Superman undercover to free him from his prison. But the Batman Who Laughs saw through the whole ruse. Batman and Superman then found out that Gordon was also infected and subdued him. But the Fortress of Solitude was already taken over by an infected Blue Beetle. The Gathering of the Six. All the 5 infected got together: Gordon, Shazam, Blue Beetle, Donna Troy, and Hawkman. Their agenda: to further the plans of the Batman Who Laughs. The Batman Who Laughs wanted to purge Earth Zero by infecting everyone. Using the dark metal JL Watchtower from his world to act as a cosmic bat signal and a multiversal tower that Blue Beetle created, the Batman Who Laughs wanted to summon the dark multiverse here. And to add to it all, in an attempt to save Superman, Supergirl was also infected with a batarang, and the Gathering of the Six was complete. Scarab, Sky Tyrant, King Shazam, Deathbringer, Gordon, and Supergirl. The escape plan. The Batman Who Laughs spoke to the Secret Six from his prison and guided the Six. Gordon and Blue Beetle took the grounds, while Supergirl and Shazam flew to the Watchtower to activate the infection. Inside the Watchtower, Superman witnessed a devastating sight. The Batman Who Laughs had all the bodies of all the JL members from Earth-22 decorated as trophies, including his family from that Earth. Going mad with rage, he subdued Supergirl and Shazam, while Batman took the control of the Scarab from Beetle's body as it was not infected. Superman threw the satellite into the sun, while Batman used the Scarab to destroy the multiversal tower. The Batman Who Laughs plan was thwarted. But was it? While the heroes were fighting, the Batman Who Laughs instructed Hawkman and Donna on a secret frequency and guided them to the Hall of Justice. They attacked and freed the Batman Who Laughs. That was his plan all along. Highway to Hell. Remember when the Batman Who Laughs told the secret of Perpetua to Lex? Well, Lex was following the breadcrumbs in order to meet Perpetua to transform Earth-Zero into his own image. Amidst all this chaos with Secret Six, Perpetua, the mother and creator of the DC multiverse, came back after the Source Wall was decimated in the Metal event. Upon breaking free, she wanted to destroy the current multiverse and create a new multiverse with no memory. That multiverse would be self-sustaining and keep running in a self-renewing loop. She gave Lex Luthor powers, turned him into Apex Lex, and recruited him to further his scheme. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs tortured Rip Hunter to know the secrets of time itself. He then unleashed his Infected Five on Lex. Hell Arising. Despite the Batman Who Laughs guiding every action of the infected, Apex Lex was able to subdue them. However, there were other plans at work. The Batman Who Laughs had already kidnapped the Phantom Strangler and had learned that Apex Lex did not kill the Justice League as he claimed. They were saved by the Quintessence, and they were gearing up to fight Perpetua. He further learned about the end of the universe. To add to the Madman's menace, while retrieving a blood sample from an infected Gordon, Apex Lex discovered that the Batman Who Laughs had infected 666 metahumans already. The Batman Who Laughs now had a laughing league of his own. Hell on Earth. Joker saved Apex Lex from the infected who were sent to kill him and took him to his lair with Warp's Hell. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs had captured Nyx Uotan, the last of the Monitors, and demanded the secrets of the multiverse from him. When he refused, he used two Double X's from Project Camdus, whom he had modified as his Robins, to extract the secrets from Nyx's mind. Meanwhile, at Joker's lair, Apex Lex found out the formula of Joker Toxin from Joker's mind, and planned to use it to fight the Batman Who Laughs. And then they attacked the Hall of Justice. High Noon in Hell. The Batman Who Laughs and his Laughing League faced off against Apex Lex and his group of villains near the Hall of Justice. In that fight, Apex Lex injected him with a cure that he concocted from the Joker Toxin formula. The dark multiversal energy flowing through the Batman Who Laughs died away. So did the infection, and everyone was cured. Apex Lex teleported the seemingly powerless Batman Who Laughs to Perpetua's domain. He wanted the Batman Who Laughs removed from the grand plan that Perpetua had for the DC universe. But little did he know what the Maniac had planned. The Batman Who Laughs divulged to Perpetua that Lex had failed and the Justice League was still alive, saved by the Quintessence. He assured Perpetua that she did not need a pet like Apex Lex anymore, who acted like more than he actually was. He knew Perpetua's plans for the destruction of the entire multiverse, and he convinced her regarding his own plans for Earth-Zero. He promised Perpetua a conduit to the dark multiverse, where the crises are forever happening. Hearing this, Perpetua stripped Lee of all his powers and cast him back to Earth-Zero. The Batman Who Laughs left his mind open as Perpetua peered into his mind and saw his sadistic plans. Her eyes shined in a lucrative glare. In exchange for his help, she granted the Batman Who Laughs dominion over Earth-Zero. Metalverse. The Batman Who Laughs orchestrated a devastating assault on Earth-Zero, deploying his sinister Dark Knights, twisted versions of Batman hailing from alternate universes. Despite the heroes' valiant efforts in combat, they faced defeat, each one falling before the malevolent onslaught. Tempest Fuginaut implored Wally West to wield the reality-shaping power of the Mobius chair, now fueled by Dr. Manhattan's energy, to rescue Earth. However, the Batman Who Laughs thwarted Wally's attempt. The demise of Captain Atom triggered the obliteration of the western United States, while Batmages unleashed hordes of hell brought about the fall of Themyscira. Out of this chaos emerged the Metalverse, a realm darker, grimmer, and more metal than ever before. After all the heroes surrendered, they were assigned individual realms, each closely surveilled by the Dark Knights. New Apocalypse was crafted by Darkfather, a Batman wielding the Omega Force. Superman, confined there, became the perpetual energy source to maintain Earth's habitability. The western United States mutated into the Arkham Wastelands, governed by Harley Quinn under Dr. Arkham's watchful eye, a distorted Batman from the dark multiverse. On the eastern coast, Megapocalypse emerged, encompassing Metropolis with an abundance of lantern rings. The Batman Who Laughs transformed Gotham City into a continent, supplanting Canada, hosting Castle Bat, his fortress. The remaining U.S. territory became the Hellscape, merging Themyscira and Gemworld. Wonder Woman supervised Themyscira, where Dark Knights detained all villains. Skartaris became an icy wasteland. The Rock of Eternity fell in Fawcett City, releasing the 7 deadly sins, and the oceans were governed by a compliant Aquaman, aided by Baphomet and the mechanical Black Fleet. The Laughing Killer. In this altered reality, a battered Wally West found himself captured and taken to the Hellscape, where Wonder Woman ruled. In this desolate realm, Wally disclosed crucial information to Diana about the connective and crisis energy. Inspired by the revelation, Wonder Woman crafted a daring strategy to traverse various temporal crises, tapping into the potential crisis energy to forge the inaugural Anticrisis. However, the cunning Batman Who Laughs disrupted their plans. He tried to manipulate Wonder Woman into double-crossing Perpetua in return for a planet of her own. However, Wonder Woman, wielding an invisible chainsaw fashioned from the remnants of her invisible jet, decapitated the Batman Who Laughs. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you a god. They say that Batman has a contingency plan for everything, even death. So did the Batman Who Laughs. He had previously encountered a Bruce Wayne who had discovered the comedian's button and constructed an intrinsic field generator to study it. The Batman Who Laughs locked him in that generator and reproduced the accident that gave birth to the original Dr. Manhattan. After the decimated Bruce reconstituted his being, the Batman Who Laughs lobotomized him using an energy knife and stored him secretly. The Batman Who Laughs' head and brain were still intact after Wonder Woman's attack. The Batmage and his Alfreds transplanted his brain into Batmanhattan's body. In that body, the Batman Who Laughs expanded his mind across the dark multiverse, drawing the skills and lifetimes of every dark Batman in existence. Amalgamating all those together, he aimed to become the bullet in the dark alley called the Multiverse. And when that bullet is shot, the Earths will fall like pearls. And thus, he woke up, anointed himself a Robin King from one of his rabid robins, and transformed into a dark god, the Darkest Knight. With great power must come more power. As time passed, the Darkest Knight's power intensified, leading him to infiltrate Valhalla Cemetery in a quest to siphon the crisis energy from Wally West. He chased the 3 Flashes across the Speed Force, reveling in taunts. They managed to escape the chase by seeking refuge in the Speed Force. Despite the Justice League managing to redirect crisis energy toward Wally, perched on the Mobius chair, a sinister twist tampered with the plan, ensuring the energy reached the Darkest Knight. Pronouncing triumph, he unveiled his evil universe, the Last 52, which will help him to reshape the multiverse in his own image. The Last God Standing. Ordering Castle Bat to hold the heroes, the Darkest Knight traveled to Earth-49 to face off with Perpetua once and for all. He wanted to kill her and her entire race. He sent his evil Earths to fight off the heroes. Even though cut off from the Crisis Energy and ensnared by Perpetua, the Darkest Knight managed to break free. In a daring move, he sealed Perpetua within fragments of the Source Wall, ultimately killing her. Victorious, he called upon a cohort of followers, including some of the original Dark Knights, to eliminate both the living and the undead forces summoned to oppose him in the fierce battle that lay ahead. Wonder Woman led an army of Lobos, forged from his blood, to the heart of the dark multiverse at the Forge. Following Lex's guidance, she aimed to construct a machine binding all living essences on Earth to redirect Crisis Energy to herself, as detailed in Carter Hall's journal. However, within the Forge, Wonder Woman realized that the key to binding everyone to the truth was already in her possession: the golden lasso of Hestia. Infused with connective energy after delving into the Forge, she established a profound connection among all living beings in the multiverse, granting them memories of its entire history. Reality punches back to back. All eyes were fixed on the impending clash between the heroes and villains of the multiverse and the Darkest Knight's army from the last 52 multiverse. Amidst this participation, a wild card emerged in the form of Superboy Prime. Wonder Woman had already persuaded him to join their cause. As Prime surveyed the multitude of Earths, he contemplated altering their destinies by eliminating the Darkest Knight. Shattering a silhouette of his adversary, Prime glimpsed an alternate world where he lived as a father with Lori. A fierce battle ensued between the Darkest Knight and Prime. The Darkest Knight tempted him with an offer to restore his Earth, the original Prime Earth. In return, Prime only had to step aside and let the Darkest Knight's plan be in motion. But Prime chose a greater calling. Sacrificing his dream of a perfect Prime Earth, he summoned his final strength, and reality punched the Darkest Knight with incredible force. The impact destabilized the last 52, providing the heroes with a chance to endure and fight another day. The Final Stand. Returning to Earth Zero for the final showdown, Wonder Woman saw that the Darkest Knight had already launched a full-scale assault with his armies. Heroes and remaining humans stood in defiant resistance, aware of the impending end but determined to buy time for Wonder Woman to initiate the Anticrisis. Batman, revealing a black power ring concealed in his chest, resurrected fallen allies from the battle, uniting them to face the Darkest Knight and his maniacal forces. In an epic clash spanning the entirety of time, the Darkest Knight and Wonder Woman engaged in a cosmic battle, traversing from the birth of the DC Universe to the very end of existence. Transporting Diana to the genesis of the universe and the hand of Perpetua, the Darkest Knight presented a dire ultimatum: either join him or witness the obliteration of the entire universe. He claimed to possess the exclusive knowledge needed to rescue the universe from Perpetua and her kind's destructive influence. Wonder Woman realized that the culmination of all time, the death of the sun itself, encapsulated the entirety of the universe's matter, stories, and histories absorbed long ago. Driving the Darkest Knight into the heart of the dying sun, she envisioned a world untouched by misfortune. A realm where everyone thrived and every past, present, and future story remained intact. Empowered by her thoughts, connective energy, and the essence of all living beings, the Anticrisis unfolded, initiating a universe-wide reboot. In the throes of the Anticrisis, the Darkest Knight met his final demise, utterly obliterated as the universe underwent a transformative rebirth. Marvelous verdict. And that was the last we saw of the Batman from Earth 22 of Dark Multiverse, aka the Batman Who Laughs, aka the Darkest Knight. But we all know that this big and impactful villain can never die off completely. In the dark corners of the DC Omniverse, if we listen closely, we will still hear the echoes of his mad laughter. He is bound to return, throwing new challenges at our heroes. But whatever he does, rest assured, our channel will be there to cover the multiversal event. So viewers, let this be your go-to video for the mythos of the Batman Who Laughs. If you loved it, please let us know in the comments section. And also, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next laugh, my jokers.